Hello everybody, and welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. It's been a little bit. We've had some holiday breaks, and then some kind of still holiday breaks. So, let's just go ahead and jump into things with a little bit of a recap. Previously, in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party, while exploring a miniature castle, stumbled upon a room with one of Halaster's magic gates. Out from this gate came several drow that seemingly recognized the party, and indeed seemed to be looking for them. A battle erupted, with drow fighters surging towards Bones, the first person into the chamber. But Bones was wearing the helm given to the party by the homunculus of the castle, and could not be harmed. The Tabaxi rogue attempted to feign wounds and pain, but his performance was seen through in short order. Consequently, the drow turned their attention to Ashes. Early on in the battle, Ezrah turned himself and Matashtai invisible. But as the monk entered the room, it became apparent that at least two of the members of the drow party could still see him and track his movements for the other drow. The battle became more complicated as a mage amongst the Dark Elves created a translucent green wall, pinning Matashtai into a corner and blocking Ezrah in the hall. Fortunately for Matashtai, he was close to a window slit and could just barely squeeze out and through to another to circumvent the wall. Bones used the last charge of his fireball necklace to thin out the drow, while Ashes fought against the two elite warriors and house captain. The house captain had an odd way of fighting, whipping his allies and driving them and himself into a frenzy. Ashes was fighting valiantly, but it was a losing proposition without the majority of his allies there to aid him. Ezrah ended up casting a storm of ice into the chamber, further thinning the ranks of the drow and causing the mage to drop the green wall. Unfortunately, the mage just put it right back up, trapping Matashtai again, and this time putting Bones out of the fight as well. Now both the monk and rogue had to climb through the windows in order to circumvent the wall. Matashtai attempted to heal Ashes, but was countered by the drow mage, and Ashes was finally felled by the house captain. Still, by this point, most of the drow had perished just in taking down the Blood Hunter. Seeing things begin to turn, the Dark Elf mage went invisible, dropping the second wall of force. This gave Ezrah the opening that he needed. The walls had been preventing him from using any magic that might pass through them, but now that they were gone, he unleashed a furious surge of lightning, outright killing 3 of the remaining drow and putting the house captain on death's door. The captain roared with fury, but touted that he would enjoy watching the party's flesh be flayed from their bones, giving the implication that he did not expect to die here. Bones quickly silenced him. Ashes, now up, tried to hunt down the mage, but was unsuccessful and was taken down by a lightning bolt out of nowhere. Ezrah used more magic to shower the air around Bones with electricity, successfully pulling out the mage and allowing the party to finish him. In the aftermath of the battle, the party feared that the fairy dragon might be hiding nearby, since Matashtai had had to turn off his lantern so that he and Ezrah could remain invisible. They quickly reactivated the lantern, expecting to find the creature. Instead, they found a strange, oracular orb watching them within the room. The party surmised that someone was scrying on them, and though they had assumptions on who, they had no way of knowing for certain. With Ashes quite wounded, the party debated about resting, but decided to heal up where they were and push onwards with exploring. Their investigations brought them to a strange metal chamber with a central console of levers and buttons, marked Courtyard, Lights, Heat, Music, Roof, Fog, Lockdown, and a button labeled Do Not Press. The party, being inquisitive by nature, tested the lights, then the music, then the fog. Then Matashtai pressed the roof button, expecting perhaps the roof to unlock or open or something of that nature. Instead, there was a loud pop, and all of the party were immediately transported to the chilly roof of the castle, where, just inside the lantern's revealing light, flew the fairy dragon. The fight immediately broke out. Matashtai used his rope of climbing to attempt to lasso the dragon. He was somewhat effective and able to climb up onto the dragon's neck. Ezrah then began to weave the arcane in such a way as to push the wind downward, hoping to ground the trickster. But the creature was able to knock Matashtai off and fly away from the downdraft. After failing to daze Ezrah and Bones, the fairy dragon has disappeared once more. And that is where we fade into the scene. So we're going to immediately head on over to the battle map, click on some music, open the turn tracker, get you guys on the map, and we should be good to go. Hold up.
Still in combat? What the fuck?
I have an autoplay whenever I move you guys onto the map, so it immediately moved, or it immediately started to autoplay the floor music. So, anyways, back to the battle music. Alrighty. Here we go. So, the last thing to happen, right? So, sequence of events real quick. The fairy dragon was just over the central courtyard area, right? Matashtai leapt up, lassoed the creature, and climbed up on its neck. Then Ezrah did the downdraft. That's what the big square is. Ezrah, feel free to tweak it a little bit if it's slightly off of where you intended. And then the creature batted Matashtai off, knocking him down into the courtyard, though he's a monk, so he took no freaking damage, because he can fall 2,000 feet without taking damage, apparently. Correct.
It's roughly about the...
Yeah, exactly, right?
Is that what you mathed it out to be?
No. No. And then... Mowide. And then the creature flew over out of the downdraft, attempted to catch, or he did catch Ezrah and Bones in this spray of gas, but they were both able to resist it. And now it has flitted out of the sphere of the lantern's light and has flicked invisible once more. So Ashes.
Which direction did it go again?
It went northward. Towards the edge of the castle wall. Ashes, you are up. What do you want to try to do?
Well, it's invisible, and it's also in the air, so there's very, very little I can do.
Now, I will say, how long was your rope, Matashtai?
I think it's 100 feet of rope.
Let's double check that.
A lot of rope.
Right. Climbing.
It's a bit of rope.
We were curious if the rope was within the lantern. That's right.
It is 50 feet in length. And
I lied.
No. I'm wrong. It is 60 feet in length. It's got 50 feet because about 10 of it is looped around the dragon's neck.
Okay.
So, that being said, I will say this. Ashes. Oh, no. So this is the other thing is Matashtai's current light radius is not actually reflective of what that light radius would be because he's 40 feet down in the courtyard right now. So, So if he comes up, then the lantern might reveal the rope, but currently it doesn't because the lantern's light's down in the courtyard. That's the shtick. So, back to your turn, Ashes. Sorry.
I grab my crossbow and I'll use my right and right it up. Gonna hurt myself.
Okay. You have done
28.
more damage to yourself than the dragon has done to anybody.
Yep, it doesn't matter. I've got a plan. All right, I right up the bolt.
Okay.
I aim it where the dragon was when it went invisible, or around that area.
General direction.
And I hold my action, knowing that my my anti-invisibility friend might be back soon.
Okay.
And the conditions of my held action is, if I see a fairy dragon, I shoot.
Sure. I'm going to question, what is the range on your crossbow? Do you want to move closer to that position or anything like that?
Actually, I don't think I need to move closer, but let's check.
If you don't need to, by all means.
Unless the dragon moved, Jay.
Yeah, I'm just fishing.
What he's implying.
Well, I'm not implying anything. I don't remember if he has like a hand crossbow or a light crossbow or a heavy crossbow. So I'm not sure what the range on that bad boy is, because I think hands are only like 30 feet, right?
Are they? Hold on.
They're
I gotta go to the.
Yeah, they're short range in the normal. Yeah, so a hand is
it's a light.
Okay, gotcha. So a light is like 60 or something.
100 and 400.
Oh, a light is
it's 80 feet to 320 feet?
Yeah, so 80 is normal, and then 320 is disadvantage. So, but, I mean, if you're comfortable with 80, which, I mean, there's barely 80 feet on this castle map, so you're probably okay. I just didn't want you to, like, hold your action with a hand crossbow there and me be like, haha, bitch, disadvantage!
Right. Well, I mean... I think it should be fine.
I feel like an ass.
Perspective, one length of that box is 100 feet.
Yeah. Okay. I realized something. Okay, Ashes pulls the crossbow, rights up, and holds his action to fire upon the fairy dragon should... Bones! You have just been gassed. Your eyes tingle a little bit from the fumes, but you have resisted the mind-altering effects. What do you want to do?
I have?
You have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of you resisted, right?
Oh.
Yeah, you both rolled. You rolled a 17, Ezra rolled a 19, and I think it's like a 15 DC or something like that. Yeah, it's a 15 DC.
Been like a year.
It has been a long time.
Okay, what happened? Matt got thrown off the dragon.
Matt got thrown off the dragon.
Wind. Mm-hmm. The dragon didn't go down.
Dragon didn't go down. He flew up like right here-ish, next to you and Ezra, and then he breathed on you guys,
and then he breathed, and then he went back invisible. Okay.
Yep.
All right, I'm back on board. Okay.
We're back, baby.
If only there was a recap.
If only someone wasn't snarky.
That'll never happen.
That's the wrong group for this, my man.
Okay, I would like to... I don't have any rope or anything. I just climb things. I would like to... Oh, okay. I know what I'd like to do. I would like to throw my storm boomerang at the last known location.
Okay.
Because if it misses, it just come back.
Yeah, absolutely. You hurl...
Disadvantage.
You hurl... Don't roll. You hurl your storm boomerang where you last saw the creature. It whistles through the air, circles, and right back into your hand.
All right, well, it's not there.
Yeah.
Didn't catch him on the circle.
So,
I've eliminated
and
one
I'll give you
possible
guys
location.
information off of that. It was, you threw into this space, it was not into that space.
All right.
And it was about
He's gone.
15 feet up when you last saw it.
He's gone forever, guys. Turn over.
Turn over. Alright, fair enough. Matashtai. You have superhero landed in the northwestern section of flowers. There's an unseen servant near you that is now trying to like pat the flowers under your feet in like this dull hope of saving them.
This is the same spot that Ashes tore up.
No,
isn't it?
no, this is a different one. But
Oh.
yeah.
I feel real bad.
I think that was the southwest that he tore up.
Yeah, that was southwest. Yeah. Alright, so
Okay.
You are-
east.
you are 40 feet down.
I have 50 feet of movement. I run up.
Perfect. 50 feet up the wall. So you still have 10 feet left
I
once you get to
move
the top of it.
towards the crew.
Okay,
Is that
you move
5,
towards the
10,
crew.
or is this 10?
That would be 10 as you kind of like you're jumping up over the crenellations and then landing on. So where you're landing is basically 10, or your full movement. So action, bonus action, all that stuff. I will say actually before we get to that, as soon as Matashtai, you all see this kind of like violet light coming up closer, closer, closer out of the courtyard area, and then it just as Matashtai crests over. And as soon as that happens, there is this little snaking coil of rope along the ground that is revealed, and then just cuts.
Okay. I think I got some key points. I got key points. Let's key point. I'm gonna step of the wind.
Step into the wind.
Run over. And
Matashtai, there's this brief moment, right, where everyone sees the revealed rope, and then Matashtai is like, I'm on it, and just sprints the rest of the way over towards the north. In doing so, you get slightly towards the portion of revealed rope, and you're revealing more rope as you move forward. I'm just going to delete the rope for now.
is all of the rope on the ground still, or did he fly up?
Be back.
You get a little ways away from Bones before the lantern light reveals a violet body flying over the battlements of the northern wall. And this creature shrieks as it is revealed. And it screams at you. It looks at you, Matashtai, as you kind of like rush into it, and the light envelops it. And it goes, "You're not fun! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!" Absolutely. There is a sudden fairy dragon. Ashes
26.
goes. Whoosh. Now, this is why I feel like an asshole, because I had that whole conversation where I was like trying to double check. Hey, are you blah 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 blah? But
Yeah.
the fairy dragon is glamored. You have disadvantage on your attack. You can see the after images kind of like flitting all around it.
Okay.
23. Definitely a hit.
And all he needed to do was hit it.
Yep. The damage hits.
Sure.
But also, I would like to apply my brand of castigation upon him.
Aha.
So that I will know the direction he is at all times. Or she.
Now-
We don't.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Or is that? Does it specify if I can do it at range? I think I've been doing it at range.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, 100%. There is zero issue with that.
And it's a like a free action. And so
Yeah.
it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
So you always know the direction to the branded creature, but you don't know distance.
Nope.
So it's just like, if this thing disappears off into the wild blue
I mean,
yonder, you get to go like this,
Yep.
but you don't get to
I
go
can
like,
point
yeah, he's
directly
20 feet
at
away.
it, but I can't see it.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. 100%.
So what like the idea is, if he leaves the lantern light again, I can at least point it out to
You can
allies,
at least guide it to
or at least
Matashtai.
take a shot, like a pot shot.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's all I wanted.
All right. He kind of this fey dragon creature yelps as the bolt pierces through its scaly hide, and now, Ashes, you are gifted with prescient information of the creature's location. So, anything else for your turn, Matashtai?
He is away.
He is away.
Sorry, I'm back.
He's back.
So he's up in the air
He
over
is
the battlements.
15 feet up in the air, over the battlements. Which the battlements are about 5 feet, so he's actually only 10 feet up from the battlements.
Okay. I'm gonna use my action to throw the rope, like the rope that's dangling over here on the ground,
Okay.
over to
Snag it.
Bones and Ezra.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run the rest of my movement up the battlements and try and grab onto the rope closer.
Okay. How much movement do you have left when you get there?
Okay, let's see. So I was right here.
I think you were over 1 to the left.
One to left.
Maybe?
I have 10 more feet of movement then.
Okay. You don't have you do have a climbing speed, but the climbing speed is on your boots. So it doesn't, you can't
Yeah.
walk up the rope.
Why not? Why can't you like?
I can walk up water.
Okay, look. Let me. No.
I'm
Let me
90%
populate
sure
this.
we had this conversation last time when you lassoed him, and I was like, no, you can't walk up the rope.
I feel like I probably could. Yeah. Okay. But
Absolutely
like,
not.
okay, you know how you climb like a rope in gym class? Like
Uh-huh.
you use your feet to push up, bro.
Oh, you use your legs to grip and push up. You don't use your
Yeah.
feet to push up.
But his feet suction to the rope, so it's like extra
Suction.
efficient. I'm just saying, like,
Nah.
I'm not saying he's walking up it. I'm just saying it's like
Nah.
that's why he's working.
I admire your attempts, but that's a strong veto from me. So,
I did what I
with
could.
10 feet of movement, your climb speed is basically at disadvantage, or halved. So you can go 5 feet up the rope. So you're dangling 5 feet on the rope right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I am.
Okay, sound es goodis. All right.
All right.
That's the end of your turn, right?
Yes. I
Okay,
used all of my stuff.
At the end of your turn, the fairy dragon screams at you. He goes, "No! No! Get off! Get off! Get off!" And he again beats his wings, just like this huge buffeting air circle spirals off on him.
Action?
Huh?
You step of the winded, but I don't think you used an action.
I
He
used my action to throw the rope to you guys.
Oh,
guys,
So
okay.
like the two of you could grab it
to try to keep things
to try and keep him around.
approximately close. I need you to roll a DC 15 dexterity saving throw as the wind and wings buffet you.
Can't possibly go
Oh,
back
it's
down.
15.
Why do you keep rolling so low on these? You have such a good
I
save.
don't
Oh my
know.
goodness. All right.
It's just the way
You
it be, though.
barely hang on this time around, and you're able to kind of like just weather the wings and wind buffeting you. So you're not knocked off, but
How do you dodge the wind?
well, it's less dodging the wind and more just like shielding yourself. You know, like hunkering down.
How can you deck save a fireball?
Well, that's different. Oh, there's the wind.
If you're
Is it?
engulfed in fire, how do you dodge it?
I'm resistant.
All right. That being said, the dragon does move after it does this wing attack.
Oh,
This is where I wish I had the ability to just like make layers on the fly with Roll20, because if I could, I would just make an encapsulated layer real quick and I'd shift all of you over to that layer and then I'd reveal everything so I wouldn't have to worry about this. But I don't get to do that, so what I am going to do is I am going to...
Blind us?
No, I'm gonna reveal a whole lot of shit, so in a momento.
Yeah, reveal it.
I'm basically moving the walls so that we have a little more fly space.
Oh.
You're
Okay.
telling me there wasn't any useful information between that layer and the...
Right? So, Matashtai, you are holding onto this thing. It tries to shake you off, or you're holding onto the rope and you're 5 feet down from it. It tries to shake you off, and then after it can't, it starts to fly out over the empty expanse of nothingness. I will say, if you want to use your reaction to drop, rather than hanging on and going over the edge, you can.
Hang on.
so does that make the drop that was like how long was it? How large was the drop when we were normal size?
Several hundred feet.
All right, and how small are we now, like in comparison to what we were?
1/20th the size?
1/20th. So
Probably not that much,
So
honestly. It's pretty small, though.
that's at least 1,000 feet.
You know he doesn't get big when he leaves the sphere.
We don't know.
What's your choice,
So,
Matt?
so just to make sure, the three of us holding onto the rope, he's able to fly just fine.
Well, here's the thing. You're holding onto the rope. You threw the rope to them in order for them to do something, but no one's grabbed that rope yet. They have to do something. They have to have an item interaction or something like that, right?
Okay.
And even, I mean, let's follow that line of reasoning, right? Even if they were holding onto it, right? It's a 50-foot rope, so in theory, he can still fly out pretty far beyond the wall, right? Even if they're holding on to the end of the rope.
Yeah, no, my thought process was how much weight can a fairy dragon carry?
Sure.
But I'm just gonna hold on. Fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah!
All right.
Fuck it!
He is able to move about 30 feet. Not about 30 feet. He is able to move 30 feet with his legendary action. So he just flies out into the open. And as he does, he kind of like gets there and he looks down and he realizes you're still hanging on to the rope, Matt. And he's just like, "Get off me! Get off me!" Just shrieking at you. Ezra, it's your turn and you witness this.
Oh boy.
Witness him.
And there is, for clarification, a rope snaking like this over the battlements and onto the ground in front of you.
witnesses him as he rides into Valhalla.
Witness me.
I think while Ezra's figuring out what he's doing, Matt, you hear in your head, right? You hear this, Matt?
Uh-huh. Yep. Just, hold on.
Is this a good idea?
Probably not. We're already committed, though. It's too late.
I like it.
Ezra is going to rush up to the ramparts, pull out his wand, and unleash hell.
Unleash hell. Okay. Sweet.
Flip.
Wow, okay. That's a lot of ones, my man.
Reroll them!
Do you have that option?
Ones. More 4s than 1s, though. I'll take it.
That is true. More 4s than 1. Okay, so 28 damage. It's a barrage of missiles shrieks through the air. The fairy dragon can do nothing about them. They trace the creature unerringly through its glamour and detonate into its body. And it just kind of like, it just freaks out above you, Matashtai, as this wave of missiles just hits it. It almost spasms over dramatically, right? Like, it had to have been very painful, yes, but you see the creatures. You've seen Ezra use these things before. You've seen other people probably use these things before. The creature, like, goes, right? Like, it plays up the impact of each of the missiles and shrieks the entire time, just throws a fit.
And then I grab the rope and try and pit myself against the wall.
Anchor yourself as best you can? Okay,
Yep.
sure. Alright. Alright, it is the fairy dragon's turn. It's gonna try to roll to recharge its breath. It does not. Matashtai, you're dangling from the air there, right?
Yep, sure am.
And there is suddenly a lot of slack in. Well, I say suddenly a lot of slack. There's not really slack for your side. I guess Ezra, there's suddenly a lot of slack on your side as the dragon dives and flies towards Ezra. So two things happen as this happens. The dragon flies towards Ezra, and Matashtai flies towards the wall of the castle as the dragon basically just tries to clothesline him on the castle.
This will work on the wall of the castle.
So, Matashtai, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw. Your DC is gonna be low. 12?
Jeremy's trying.
You got it? Bitch?
I think he was thinking of a way he
I thought you said.
not
I
fail.
thought you said Ezra. Sorry.
No. So, he's flying towards Ezra, but he's slamming you into the wall.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if I
So-
can hit by a wall.
Dexterity
Yeah, pretty
saving
sure
throw,
you hit by a wall.
DC 12.
Just
Oh,
barely.
no, you just...
Oh, wow.
So what happens is you're hitting that wall, but you're able to orient yourself just in time to basically lean back and put feet against the wall rather than
part of my
face into the wall. So you lean back, put feet into the wall, and you begin running up the side of the wall as the dragon is now landing on the battlements. So you're gonna be like 5 feet down underneath the dragon on the battlements. The dragon lands on the battlements, looks at you, Ezra, and goes, "Ah, you're fucking mean!" And it just lashes out at you.
You noise gated. I don't know if you're recording through Discord, but
I'm recording through Streamlabs, so it all catches there. But that's funny. He just screams that you're fucking mean in Ezra's face. And Ezra, as this happens, right, you have a large creature in your face, and it resembles a dragon. But there's little, like, sparks and flecks of light that spew out of its mouth whenever it screams. That are faintly reminiscent of pixie dust, right? What's not reminiscent of pixie dust are the huge claws that are actually coming your way now. So, this thing, a bit enhanced compared to what a normal fairy dragon might be, because it is way bigger than it would normally be.
Is big.
Is
a bit more threatening. So it's gonna claw you twice.
Yeah.
The 20 for 16 damage. That's a hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Another claw, 22 for 11 damage.
That also hits.
And then it reaches out, opens its maw wide, and it tries to just rip your face off. And suddenly, all of that kind of like vibrant, cutesy, weird fairy dragon stuff kind of flits out the window, and you're faced with, this is a monstrous creature, and it's trying to kill you. It's absolutely trying to kill you. So it bites. A 20 takes 6 piercing, and as its fangs rip into your flesh, there's suddenly this blossom of pain in your mind. I'm assuming that's a fail, so your okay.
Yep, the control winds drops.
Control winds drops. And that is the end of the creature's turn currently. Top of the round. Ashes, you're up. You just watched as this creature tried to... Actually, you can't see Matashtai anymore. Matashtai is out of your field of vision, so he's just down.
I saw the attack.
But yeah, you saw him just rip into Ezra.
And I'm like, no! And I change.
He transforms.
Run. And I...
Reminding me, Journey.
There's a she-wolf. Nice. Okay.
So, is it
Ashes,
still dis?
Ashes closes, and yes, it is still disadvantaged. This creature still has these images flitting around it, this kind of like shimmering apparition that displaces itself repeatedly. 20 or 21 definitely still hits, though.
Okay, so that'll be 17 damage, along with...
As before you do anything else, 17 damage. As you hit, you rush up and you swipe into the space where the after image is, and your claws meet scale and they rip through that scale, right? There's this shriek of pain from the fairy dragon, and almost instinctually, its body moves, and you hear this whistling on the wind, and your attention is just out of the periphery. You turn your head, and you see the tail of the creature wrapping around as it immediately uses its reaction to try to smack the living daylight out of you with its tail. So...
19.
Tail
AC.
attack. 22.
Is it magical?
It is... Its weapons... Its attacks are not considered to be magical, so you have resistance against it.
Okay. I take 6.
So 6 damage. And I need you to make a DC 15 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay.
With
I should be.
advantage on that.
Is there any reason why I wouldn't be at advantage?
Absolutely
Okay.
not.
Well,
Okay,
19.
more than enough. So this tail hits you, and it's a hard blow. It might have felled a lesser creature than you, but you are a blood hunter, a werewolf, and you kind of just meet it with a shoulder grunt, slide slightly, but it's unable to take you down, and then it's just flex back at it. Back to your turn. Yeah. Very nice.
15.
A 15 just penetrates this
AC 15.
creature's hide.
So
So
let's
AC 15.
Stack another 13 damage on there.
Another 13 damage.
and that'll
It
be
just
turn.
whistles and like screams, "Stop it! Stop hitting me! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!"
Keep hitting it!
Did anyone grab the rope?
Ezra has
Ezra?
hold of the rope currently. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's about to change.
Well, it very well might. Bones, you're up.
Okay. Is it more than a free action to grab the rope?
So I was basically counting it as like a bonus action for Ezra. If you want to just like step on the rope, that's probably a free action.
I
Or
would do
something.
literally anything.
But it's the scenario of like picking it up and holding on to it, like anchoring it or something like that, is at least a bonus action, right? It's more than just a item interaction, basically.
Okay, well, I'd like to not just leave Matt to his death, but that's a lot.
That's questionable, right? I mean, he has, well, you don't know what he has technically, so you do you.
Oh, yeah. I will. Five, 10, 15, 20. Run up there. I'll try and stab it in the face with gore.
For a stab in the face. All right.
Gore, dagger. Plus 10. At normal.
Why at normal?
Is it an advantage? Is it
Matashtai
5 feet
is like
down?
down underneath him. Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
He's not like providing like a flanking bonus or anything like that, because he's basically underneath the creature. You can't even see him, right?
Yeah, would that not be at normal? Why
You
would
mean-
it be a disadvantage? I'm confused at why it is or is not normal.
Okay, so
I thought it was normal. Am
this
I not at normal?
this creature has a glamour effect. All attacks against it are at disadvantage.
Oh, super cool. I would like to not do that because I can never sneak attack
Ah.
on disadvantage.
Gotcha.
I did not know
So
that.
so absolutely go back. So that was just a miscommunication of situation. So now you have the information. Now what do you want to do?
I would like to whip a regular dag at it after taking careful aim.
Gotcha. So careful aim puts you back up to normal. So if you hit, you'll get sneak attack because you have allies engaged. And a 21 definitely hits. Holy shit!
37 damage.
37 fucking damage. Your sneak attack. Dear Lord Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah, so-
damage.
The dragon now, right? It's taken this barrage of missiles. It tried to, didn't try. It came back on Ezra and dealt Ezra some pretty grievous wounds. But then Ashes closed. Now Bones has scored the dragon through with a dagger. This thing is just yelping, screeching as you all just lay into it. Clearly. Like, this is a fearsome creature, but part of its fearsome nature is the fact that it's just way bigger than most things in here.
Well, yeah.
Anything
Well,
else
sorry,
for your turn?
man. I had intended on grabbing that rope, but Jeremy took my bonus action.
I took it. I stole it from him. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's I'll put my foot on the rope.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Matashtai,
Foot is on the rope.
you are up.
At the minus
There
one in
is
the DC.
a dragon. That might actually be. There is a dragon perched above you. You are about 5 feet down on the side of the wall, feet glued to the side of the wall via your boots of spider climbing, basically.
Okay. I'm gonna climb the rope with my feet on the wall.
Easy peasy. Now you have a climb speed, so it only takes 5 feet to get up to the edge of the wall. There is a dragon kind of in your way, though, so you'll have to, like, go spend another 5 feet to get around to the side of it, if that's what you want to do. Or you could just stand underneath the dragon on the wall and do what you want to do from there.
Well, like, does me standing under it help anyone in any way?
No. No one else can see you. You're not providing any sort of advantage or anything like that.
Then I'm gonna
Part
move
of
over
the
here.
idea of flanking advantage is the two individuals being able to read each other's movements and coordinate, feinting together and shit like that, right? When you can't see the other person, it basically makes it not helpful, you know?
Sure, yeah. Makes sense. Then, yeah, move over to the side here. And, I'm gonna commence the punching.
Fucking punching.
Commence the jiggling.
The jiggling.
Yeah, from Toy Story 2, bro.
Oh.
I am not going to pull a weapon out so that I can hold on to this rope still.
Okay.
So I'm using
you like-
one hand. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah. You just kind of like loop the rope and then start punching. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm punch him once. Okay, probably don't hit with that one.
It's
Punch
at
him twice.
disadvantage. Don't forget.
Okay, well that first one's a 13 then.
Yeah, sure.
Second one's a 21.
21 definitely hits. Good to go.
Okay. 13 damage.
13 damage. There's another yelp
I-
from the dragon.
Attempt to stun him.
Okay. That is, what's your DC?
Let me double check. I think it's 15. Yep, 15.
Okay. Okay.
Oh shit. Fucking great. Okay.
It does not get stunned. Oh, natural 20. It's really angry right now.
Okay, I'm gonna use Flurry of Blows. I'm gonna move under him, but I'm not gonna stay there. I'm just like moving in under his belly to.
It's on the it's not flying anymore. It's actually on the battlements
okay.
now, right? So, yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to move. You can continue moving like around it, right? But I don't think you can move through its space at this point. It's flailing too much. There's too much shit going on back and forth.
Well, so I guess how does that work if I'm holding onto the rope? I move over here and then go back.
I mean, as long as you're not moving too far away from the creature, you had basically like 10 or 15 feet of rope in your hand, right? Like when you were dangling from it or whatever. So as long as you're not moving away from it, it doesn't matter. Like if you're moving around it, you still have the same amount of rope that you're holding on to.
Okay.
You know?
First Flurry of Blows hit. Well, unfortunately, that crit doesn't happen.
21 hits though.
And with that, I apply Hand of Harm.
Ooh.
So 18 damage.
Okay.
And I'm also going to try and stun him
Before
on that
anything else
Oh.
oh wait, you're gonna try to stun him on that one?
one. Yeah.
Okay, so the stun would happen because the stun happens with the attack. So it's an 11. It will use one of its legendary resistances to not be stunned. And immediately after taking that damage, this thing has been shrieking, yelping, crying out, just yelling at you guys constantly, over and over and over again. As Matashtai comes up onto the battlements, there's a wash of relief from those of you who had not been able to see him. And then he just starts laying into the side of this creature. And as he connects with one of his punches, What does your Hand of Harm look like?
It literally. So I like to think it literally looks like ink.
Okay.
Like ink starts to kind of coalesce around the fist as I punch.
So there's this weird form of darkness initially is what it looks like. And then there's kind of like this strange filtration of it around his hand. And then it picks up the glow of the violet light from the lantern. So it takes on this almost kind of like weird sub-aquatic kind of like vibe. It's very strange. Very pretty, but also very alien magic. And then he just punches the shit out of the fairy dragon, and the creature shrieks, and it doesn't stop shrieking. It holds that shriek, and it gets higher and higher and higher and higher until there's just this kind of like sonic whistling in all of your ears. Before you can do anything else, Matashtai, Otto the Fairy Dragon triggers his Desperation Attack.
Ooh, desperation.
I don't know if it'll make a difference, but Hand of Harm does apply poisoned now.
Okay, good to know.
Until I think it's the end of his next turn. Let me find it.
Okay. I don't think it's going to matter, but that is very good to know.
Poisoned makes him disadvantage.
End of your next
Yeah,
turn.
absolutely. But I don't think it's going to matter because I don't think any of the stuff he's about to do is going to care about disadvantage. So,
Okay.
Immediately upon doing this, right, this ear-piercing shriek comes out. And there's a moment where you're all kind of like taken aback by the overwhelming force of the basically like sonic wind that is shooting out of this creature. It begins to beat its wings, right? I need Ezrah, Ashes, and Matashtai to make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
Dex.
Not disadvantage.
17. Woo!
Nice.
11.
Less
I'm
than
just so good at these.
I can't believe it. My goodness.
I'm rolling really
And
bad.
Ezrah gets it. Okay, so Matashtai or Ashes and Ezrah are kind of like able to hunker down, like press themselves up against the edge of the battlements and just kind of like weather. But Matashtai is kind of like caught out there, kind of dazed from the shriek, and then just buffeted by the winds so hard that the winds actually knock you to the ground and kind of like skid across the battlements a little bit. You don't actually move, but you are knocked prone, and you take... Ooh, wow. 9 bludgeoning damage.
All right. Well, real quick, Jeremy. I fucked up.
What's up?
I gave right damage when I attacked twice last turn.
Okay.
That right was on that bolt, and I forgot to turn it off the globals.
Ah, well, it happens. No worries. Moving on.
Just being honest.
Sorry.
Was a
did
man
you say I
done
was
with his
pushed or I was
encounter?
knocked prone?
You're not
Was it
pushed. You're
both?
knocked prone. Yeah. I was
Okay.
just being illiterate. So, after this happens, or kind of like as this is happening, the fairy dragon is beating its butterfly wings, and there's just this great wind buffeting down onto Matashtai, Ashes, and Ezrah. The dragon is continuing this ear-piercing screech, but now as it does, you can see there is this gathering of that fairy, pixie dust that it had been spewing earlier. There's this gathering around its mouth as this kind of happens. Yeah.
He's fairy foaming at the mouth.
He's fairy foaming at the mouth.
Solid.
And suddenly the shriek ends, and the wind ends, and the dragon just begins to spew pixie dust all around it. Just shakes its head left and right, back and forth, begins to kind of like spin and spiral, and there's just this great whirlwind of pixie dust that gets kicked up all around it.
Just get glitter bombed.
Basically getting glitter bombed. The attack is called Party Time.
No!
I need Matashtai, Ezra,
No.
and Ashes to make a DC
It's gonna be con.
10. It's very low because it's a massive, uncontrolled attack. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Bones, you are just outside of this whirling fog of pixie dust.
It's
right,
called
I'll take it.
microspacing. I have microspaced.
You
the
have
attack.
microspaced. Oh no. Okay.
Why?
You said
He hit
DC
it?
10, right?
I think I can use my.
No, you're
reaction
good, Ezra.
for
You're good.
I heard oh no, and I'm like, wait, what?
No, I'm
He
saying
did
oh,
say- he
I'm
said,
saying
"Oh, no."
I'm saying oh no for auto.
Does anyone else feel bad? We just murdered this guy. No diplomacy, just straight.
Okay.
His
He's
name
dead.
is.
I think that was just an attack.
Dude, his name is Otto. Like, how bad can he be?
He chose violence.
There is this whirlwind of pixie dust, right? Ashes, Ezra, and Matashtai, you cannot help but not just breathe this stuff in. You can't help but it getting everywhere, right? It gets in your eyes, it gets in your nose, it gets in your ears. It's just everywhere. It just coats you. But you are able to keep your mental faculties throughout this barrage of Fey energy. Meaning you are not charmed and incapacitated for a minute. And left in a partied out stupor. In the throes of this attack, the dragon eventually stops spiraling, stops spinning. And it's still kind of like frothing at the mouth with pixie dust. And it looks around, covered in wounds, right? And it sees that no one has gone down to this attack, this drunken, charming haze. And there is a sudden look of, it's been yelling and mad this whole time. There's a sudden look of fear in its eyes. And Matashtai, it's still your turn, technically.
Puppy about to be eaten by a crazy white woman.
I'm empowered by noticing its fear.
Well, I'm prone, but I still have movement, so I'm gonna stand up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stand up.
So as the dragon stops spinning and it's just standing there, Matashtai picks himself up, covered. As you stand up, there's just sheets of this dust that falls off of you.
So it took me 10 to get up here. Standing up takes half.
Yeah. You still have like 15 or something like that?
Yeah, I got 15 left.
Yeah.
5, 10. So I can enter the space of an ally, but I can't stay there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to enter Ash's space. And I'm going to slap Ezra upside the head.
Did he fail?
Okay.
And
No, he's just trying to heal him.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then I'm step back over here.
Okay. A quick healing hand to Ezra. A nice little pick-me-up. Some of the wounds caused by the dragon's teeth close up.
Okay, I'm not gonna go feral now.
Anything else for your turn, Matashtai?
No.
Yeah, gotcha. Sounds
Would've
good.
knocked.
All right. Ezra. We're up.
This thing looks pretty rough.
I mean, it's hard to tell, but the way that it's acting, yeah, it does not seem as though this creature has much fight left in it.
Yeah, Ezra's gonna take a step to the right. And channel his lightning magics.
Oof. All right. Dexterity saving throw against the lightning bolts. It is a fairy dragon, so it does have magic resistance, so it gets advantage on the save. Ooh, and it needed that advantage too. Okay, so it takes, what is that, 12 lightning damage?
Yes, 12 plus the pulse from Heart of the Storm, which is at my level.
Yeah.
So that's an extra 5 reduced down to 2.
Oh, does the save reduce that as well?
I don't know. Does it?
I don't know. Pauses. You can take. I wouldn't say so. There's not a save associated with that. They just take the damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 17 total. And then I will Tempestuous Magic my 10 feet of free movement. Come stand by Bones.
Okay.
Stand by Bones.
Welcome to the Microspace Club.
Oh, stand by Bones.
Question, Ezra.
We microgreens.
And I asked this because of you moving to the side and then coming back to Bones, moving to the side and then tempestuousing away and then coming back to Bones. But I'm assuming with all that, you're no longer holding on to the rope.
Oh yeah, no, I was done with the rope.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was done with the rope.
Perfectly fine.
After I got brutalized.
The dragon's turn. The creature, fear in its eyes, looks at all of you and it says, "Fuck this! It's not worth it! Fuck this castle!" And it uses its action to disengage and start flying away out from the battlements. Matashtai still has hold of the rope. And Bones, you have a foot on the rope.
Footed, bro.
So I need Mitch here so that we can figure out what happens with this rope. So Mitch, did you hear all that?
Yes, he is flying away.
Do you hold on in an attempt to restrain this creature, or do you let him go?
Am I the only person holding on?
You're the only one who has a hand on the rope currently. Bones has a foot on it.
I'm footed, bro.
And he's already flying directly straight out.
Yeah, he is fleeing for his life.
This is always how fights with dragons go. Always.
All dragons.
Not this time.
Not on my watch.
What's the plan, Stan?
Jump on his back so I can get sneak attack.
I mean, if I'm allowed to talk, I will tell him to hold it. Don't let it go.
Shove on his back so he can sneak attack.
Whatever. I guess I'm gonna try and hold it. I don't know if I can square my feet up against the battlements.
Okay, so if you are going to try to hold it, then it's basically you have two options there, right? You could just go with it, right? Or you can try to restrain it. So you're gonna go with the restrain option?
Yep. I
Okay.
guess so.
Then that's gonna
Dice have
be
not been good to me today.
that's
but-
that's definitely gonna be an athletics, basically. So
Okay.
we're gonna do. We're gonna do an opposed check here, and Bones is gonna give you a +1 for standing on the rope.
Yeah.
Standing boy.
Standing boy. So, Matashtai, you watch this creature flee,
Oh, Matt's on me. Okay.
and as it does, you have a brief moment to set yourself against the battlements, and in an attempt to try to keep this creature from flying away. Athletics check
If I had
+1
DM inspiration, I'd absolutely give
versus
it
the
up for this.
creature's strength check. Over here.
I have just a DM inspiration.
No, please.
13, because of Bones is +1.
The dice.
Did you just say you have DM inspiration, Zach?
Yeah.
Are you gonna use it, or are you gonna leave it at a 13?
Yeah, whatever. Be strong. I don't care. Try it.
DM inspiration. All right, Matt, you have
All right.
a second
Well, that's
chance.
better.
18.
And
A little
18.
Stronger.
Wow.
Stronger.
And 18 is quite strong, considering Matt is not really strong at all.
Oh, strength.
If only our actual werewolf had grabbed the rope.
Well, the werewolf was busy.
Yeah, I used all my action economy up. I didn't think he
All
was
right.
gonna run. Though it's a dragon, I should have known.
Of the dragon. Rolls a 10. It flies,
Yeah, what was
flies,
the 13?
flies, and then there is all of a sudden
Whatever.
this jerk as Matashtai, that slack goes taut, and you are wham slammed into. As much as you try to brace yourself, you are just slammed into the side of the battlements. But you hold. The rope is slipping. It is like grinding against your flesh. There is no way you hold this for very long on your own. And the dragon is right on the edge of your lantern light.
Ow.
Keeps on slipping into the future.
Ow.
And just in case this matters, the dragon is going to try to refresh its breath weapon, and it does not. Okay. Ashes, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna take a step back so I can get 10 feet of running.
You're gonna jump into the ether?
Now I'm gonna jump onto the dragon. I've got 28 feet of long jump.
Okay, what happens when it dies and falls into the ether?
I'll just ride. I'll do the Gandalf thing. I'll just ride the corpse down to the ground.
Well, Ashes is dead.
Gandalf landed in water.
Also,
yeah, that's
what
true.
happens when you ride that corpse beyond the castle's perimeter and the fairy
Same thing
dragon
as-
turns
I
this
mean,
big?
wait, he doesn't change sizes?
We don't know if it does or not, but we got little when we got next to the castle. Isn't it assumed that he gets little or big? Either way.
Assume he would get big. I don't remember descriptions
the
of him
magic
when we saw
doesn't
him
affect him.
before this, of him being this big.
When we saw him out away from the tower, we saw a small violet thing at the periphery of our vision.
No, I
Remember
want him
how
to
we
do
thought
it.
it was a pixie?
I'd like to retract all of these objections.
I
Please do.
just- I want whatever player is making whatever decision to have all of the information that should be pertinent to them. like you did earlier, Zach, right? When you
No,
were like,
I think you should Gandalf down there. Gandalf who was assumed dead.
Gandalf your way down.
Here's the thing: there's still a rope on it, right? So, all right. Just gonna meta talk this out real quick, okay? Because I still
Yeah.
want to do this,
Yeah.
right? So it dies,
Oh.
it starts to fall. Either it's not heavy enough to pull us all off, and I can just, we can
Grab
just
the rope and
grab
come
the
back
rope.
up.
Or it is too heavy. I cut the corpse off and just climb up myself.
Oh, damn, he's gonna cut your rope.
He's gonna cut your magic rope, Mitch.
I mean, that would be unfortunate, but it's better than him dying.
I mean,
Agree
I
to
guess.
disagree. I'd rather him die.
I mean,
All right.
but does that break the magic on the magic rope?
No.
Out
not
of
in here.
curiosity, and you can do whatever you want. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your turn. But why not just grab the rope and help me drag him back?
Because it's way cooler to leap onto its back and kill him in the air. Are
Leap
we
on the
really?
leap.
Do we have to ask the question?
I agree,
It's
it is
way
cooler.
to jump on this dragon's back and kill it midair, and then
Okay,
either
so
ride it
actually-
down or swing and climb back up.
Here's the
I
thing, if
understand
it's a-
your intention here, and I think it's really amazing. But you intend to stab it with your horns? You jump and stab into it head first.
Are we doing a gore charge? Is that
Oh,
what's
that-
happening?
I'd get long jump gore.
I mean,
I
why
mean,
not?
You said you were getting your 10 feet. I assume that was what
Yeah,
it was
well, no.
for.
To be able to long jump, you have to have a 10 feet running start.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to have 10 feet to.
Oh,
long
okay.
jump.
So you
Okay,
weren't intending on going.
Go for it, man. You know what?
All right,
You
this
live
sounds
once.
this
Give it a
sounds like
try.
a fucking plan. Okay, Matashtai is slammed up against the side of the battlements. Somehow, by some miracle, manages
He's fucking
to
dead.
hold the fairy dragon's forward momentum, but it is not lasting long. There are bare moments before this large creature struggles out of the strength range of our 12 strength monk, right? Ashes, in that moment,
He rolled a
steps back,
17.
turns, and sprints towards the battlements, jumps up, jumps off, and your jump distance is like
I
50,000
got,
feet, right?
Well, no, I've got Stalker's Prowess, which increases my long jump by 10 feet.
Okay.
And your long jump is your strength score, which is already 18.
Yeah,
You can
so
long jump 28 feet.
I can long jump 28 feet.
as long as he has a...
Alright.
That's
10
not a
feet.
standing long jump, that's a
Nope.
actual long jump.
Like mechanical long jump, you have 10 feet of run up.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to derail too much, but how does long jump work if you run to the end of your speed and jump?
Yeah,
Well,
so
I mean, that's
you're,
not the
You
end
get
of-
additional
No.
distance?
you're
No.
supposed to only be able to go the distance. So technically, you went back 10,
Yeah.
and then you ran forward 10.
Yeah.
So
At
now you're
45
minus.
of movement as well. So
Yeah.
The boy can make it.
Yeah,
Long
the boy can definitely make it, but in theory, Mitch, for future reference, you can't
think this is hilarious.
jump farther than your actual move distance. So if he were to, walk 30 feet and then run 10 feet and then try to jump 28 feet, he would just drop wherever his movement ended. Right? He would jump, but only go this far. Basically, you ran too
Invisible
long and you didn't
walls.
get a good jump, that type of thing. So it just cuts off in the middle of it.
Okay.
But in this particular instance, you used 20, setting it up, so you have 25 left, which is more than enough to clear the distance to the dragon. Are you trying to gore the dragon as you hit? Is that your plan? Okay, roll me a gore attack.
A tiefling bullet.
The
Is what he
tiefling
is.
bullet. I'm just envisioning this from down here. From down over here, I'm envisioning looking up and seeing this
shit,
fucking
that's-
tiefling, this werewolf just woof, off the battlements
There's
at this fucking
disadvantage.
dragon. Boom,
It's 23.
into the side of him. 23 hits, absolutely.
That'll do
23
21,
damage.
23 damage.
You
I haven't had time
Hits.
to grab the rope. It's fucking fucked.
hit the side/back of the dragon as it's flying away, right? Head first, horns goring into the creature, and the creature just goes wild. But it's not dead yet. Still your turn.
Let's see. I still get a bonus action.
You still have a regular attack.
You still have an
That doesn't
action.
cost- Oh yeah, I got a regular attack.
The Bull Rush is just it's a special attack that takes
That's
the
true.
place of one of your normal attacks.
All
Like
right,
a
my
push or a
free-
shove or a grapple.
So my free action, I'm just gonna grab the rope, just to have it in my hand,
Okay. Rope.
and
Rope
as
grabbed.
my second attack, is this? I'm assuming it's
Before you do
disadvantage.
anything. Before you
Yep.
do anything. I'm not gonna look over there. I'm not looking
Okay.
over there. Do you say anything? Do you do anything?
I'd say, hold on, guys.
For Gondor.
You don't even say anything to the dragon. You yell it back to your friends.
He
I don't
throws
fucking- I don't
Scotty
give a shit
into
about
the
the
dragon.
I don't give a shit about the dragon.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't matter because I missed.
You slash you grab the rope, rip your horns out of the dragon, grab the rope, yell back, "Hold on, guys!" and slash. And rather than
Bonus
seeing the
action.
creature fall before you, you slash open air, but you blink and you're like, "That's not right. It was right there. I'm on it. That doesn't make sense." Somehow you have managed to swipe
Stupid fairy magic.
at the fey creature's after image rather than the actual creature itself.
All right, cool. All right.
You have a
on to the
bonus
rope,
action?
intern.
You have a bonus action.
Oh yeah, I did take the attack option, so that
did.
does mean I could use my attack to attack with a claw once more.
On.
God, if you miss again.
I
What was
know.
your plan if you had like natural won the bull rush and just flown out into the void? Just out of curiosity.
Look,
I don't
man,
think anyone considered that at all.
Hey, I just want to throw out. I rarely take these opportunities.
I thought
And I
about
don't know
it.
why I have committed to this so fucking hard, and I'm probably gonna regret it later.
No, it's
But
fine.
in the moment, for now,
Fine. It's
I
fine.
like this,
Okay.
and I attack one more time.
I've only been playing this game
It's
for
a 18 hit.
hits.
2.5 years.
Ignore the feral might. That's just 12 slashing.
There's a moment right where you slash the first time and you think victory is within your grasp and you realize you just cut open air and there is nothing but frustration and defeat in your mind until you're like, no, I refuse.
No!
And you strike again, cutting into the back of the creature. Which in its death throes, it begins to flop and flail and plummets. And as it does, Matashtai, that sudden great force pulling out from the battlements
Dead weight
suddenly deadweights on you.
plus ashes.
I need some split-second reactions from individuals. Ashes, you are a little preoccupied at the moment.
Fair.
Matashtai, if you do anything other than try, unless you have some special thing in mind, if you do, I'm cautioning you, if you do anything other than brace and try to hold this thing, Ashes and this fairy dragon are going to plummet. Do you have some special thing that you want to try to do, or are you just going
I
to brace?
do, but I need to get clarification. Would I have seen him grab the rope when he was out?
Absolutely. Like, the dragon was horizontal, like he didn't fly down or anything like that. So you all get this clear view of Ashes hitting the dragon with his gore attack, ripping out, grabbing the rope, yelling back to you all, and then laying into the dragon. And now it is just plummeting.
Okay. Well, I want to.
Stun the rope.
Well, so no,
Stun
actually,
the
what I want to
rope.
do, what I want to do is tell the rope to release.
Okay.
Because it can unknot itself.
Yeah, it absolutely can. A very large part of me was hoping that in the thrill of the moment, everyone forgot that. So Matashtai, you see this and you're just like, release. Right?
But then I still got a brace because Ash's
Yeah. So you get the barest moment of confirmation, right? As you speak the command word.
300 pounds.
You speak the command word, and you see the rope behind Ashes knotted around the dragon's neck release. But Ashes doesn't. Ashes is like looking back at the rest of you in confirmation as he plummets, having yelled, hold on, guys! And he's going down, and he has this look where he's like, I hope you're holding on.
First of all,
split-second reactions for Bones and Ezra.
I guess I will grab the rope.
You like jump down on the rope and grab it?
As a 150-pound cat boy.
Ezra?
With non-feline-like speed.
I do mine with feline-like speed, though,
Okay,
specifically.
gotcha. Ezra, what is your strength?
34-pound half-elf is going to attempt to help.
Ezra, what is your strength score? Bones, what is your strength score?
Score or
10.
modifier?
Score.
10.
10?
thing.
Ezra? 8. Okay.
My strength score is both of yours.
Ezra, what you're both going to do is you're going to both add modifiers. So I need
My
both
dex
of
score
you.
is 22, so
I need both of you to roll athletics checks for me. Ezra rolls his at disadvantage. Your DC is going to be a 11.
I can't fail that.
Nice.
I
my
can.
my
Ezra
lowest is
can.
14.
Okay,
I
cool.
rolled my lowest.
Very nice. All right, so Ezra jumps on the rope, but spends more time scrabbling trying to grab it than anything else. Bones, you already have a foot on it, right? So you basically just dart, pounce on it, and grab it, wrap it around your arm, and you don't really have, in the reaction moment, in the split-second moment, you don't really have enough time to, like, brace yourself necessarily, but you can just throw your body weight into it. So you're going to add a +2 to Matashtai's check, as Matashtai is going to try to catch Ashes. This is going to be significantly easier, in theory, than the dragon. But we'll see.
But
So,
no telling, dude.
Ashes, how much do you weigh?
240 pounds.
240
That
pounds.
including your carrying capacity.
That is not including my carrying capacity. Including my carrying capacity, that is... Is there like a overall...
At the bottom of your bag.
That's additional 175 pounds.
Solid. Solid.
So
Oh,
about
my carrying
400
capacity is
pounds, what
my total weight is 109 pounds. Does that
So
matter, Jeremy?
We're right at about 400.
So 415 pounds total.
415 pounds. Oof. Okay.
You're
Yeah,
good,
but
bro.
that man decided to jump across.
I'm gonna get that helm off your corpse, dude. I'm gonna use that.
We're going to say that it is a DC 14
Oh, that's
athletics check. Well, I'm doing it based because, like, if it was 100 pounds, it'd be nothing, right? So I'm trying to do 1 for each 100 pounds away from 10. So not as challenging as one might think. You guys are 11th level adventurers. You should be able to pull one of your allies up by a rope.
Yeah, I always forget I'm like
Some of
not
us.
level 1.
like,
You said athletics?
yeah, DC 14 athletics check. You have a +2 because of Bones' assistance.
Okay.
Why does he not get a plus from Ezra?
Bye!
Didn't Ezra pass the check?
Ezra
Oh, I
failed entirely.
I hella failed. Well, not hella
Well.
failed. I rolled a
All right.
positive number. That's a success in my book.
We're failing forward,
it.
boys.
Did
You
dice just say no today?
you try your best, Matashtai, but after the hit that you took from the fairy dragon, basically like slamming you into the battlements as it pulled away, when Ash's weight, his full weight dropping, hits the rope, just scores through your hands. You take
He's a monk. His hands are as hard as iron.
Is that?
you take 2 slashing damage as the skin is kind of like peeled from the inside of your hands, right?
Oh.
And
Skin, no.
Bones is just right. There's that rope sound, and then Bones is just drug along the ground, basically to your feet. You are both at the edge now.
Yeah, but at the end.
If you do not succeed in somehow stabilizing or succeed or pulling Ashes up, you are going to lose control of the rope and Ashes is going to fall. Second round of reactions, actually starting with Ashes. Ashes, you feel that kind of like hit as your body weight pulls on the rope, and instinctually you look below you and you see the fairy dragon plummeting down, and then whoosh, shrink. So small you barely even see it.
Okay. All right. So if I hit the wall and immediately start feeling the dropping sensation of the rope them losing,
Well, you feel that tautness, and then you feel this as
slipping?
you sink further.
All right. Well, I'll reach into my pack, grab a pendant, and drive it into the wall, and I'll try to see if I can't
Okay.
reduce.
Absolutely.
weight.
Roll me an athletics check. The wall is pretty sturdy. Your DC is going to be high, and 18.
Okay.
Because you're trying to
Good advantage.
ram a piton
Like
into a
him.
solid stone wall.
I strong.
You are strong. You're strong.
Woo!
You're strong. You don't like, a solid couple inches into it or anything like that, but you do get maybe a couple centimeters of drag, and you feel some of that weight try to kind of like slow. You get the feeling that maybe if you had the time to repeatedly chip away at something, you could create a handhold,
Properly
but you
drive
have
these in.
seconds right now. So
Mhm.
that is going to add on to the opportunity here. All right, next up. Any of you three in order if you have ideas.
I don't know how flexible this is, but Ezra would be rushing to seeing what just happened with Matt and Bones. As Ezra would be like trying to climb on, trying to get to
Yeah,
the
just
wall
jump
and
up
climbing
onto the
on.
battlement so you can see down where he's at. Yeah, easy peasy.
And if allowed, I would yell to Ashes, "Catch me!" And I would jump to Ashes.
What
Ezra's
the
dead now.
fuck? Okay, so Bones and Matashtai are just braced up against the edge of the battlement. There's a little bit of give as Ashes begins to dig into the side of the wall with a piton, and you, Matashtai and Bones, you see Ezra come running towards you.
They're dead. They're both
But
dead.
rather than jump on the rope, rather than magically aid either of you, Ezra jumps up onto the battlement, basically like kind of belly flops up onto the battlement in his haste to get up there, peers over the edge, sees Ashes, and then just yells, "Catch me!" and rolls over the side and plummets out of view. Okay, Ashes. You hear that?
Slackjawed.
You see that?
I'm a slack-jawed cat.
Do you try to catch him? You have like one hand on the rope, one hand on a pitten.
Yeah, what are you catching with?
Prehensile tail, of course. What do you mean? I mean, he said it every week. It's
He did make it about
I know
another.
that Magic Man does magic things, and I'm going to assume he has a plan.
Let go of the rope.
I let go of the rope and reach out.
What? Not the pitten, the rope.
Not the pitten, the rope.
Well, yeah, I guess that would be the better other way around. The rope that's actually held by people instead of the 2-centimeter pitten. Okay.
As
Fucking
much
God.
as it would be
You're trying to die.
as much as it would be incredibly
No,
amusing, again, I feel like I have to go to the concept of like, you guys are 11th level adventurers. There is no reason in this particular instance why Ezra would not be able to basically like bean Ashes in the head by just rolling over above him, right? So there's no roll, there's no like, oh, well, he had to jump really far to try to get in the right position. No, he just rolled directly onto where Ashes was, falls down the side of the castle walls. There's a connection. Oh, okay.
Use your
Question with
words.
Thunderstep.
I do have to see, so I'm trying to angle so that I can see a portion of the wall.
You're just
To get
Okay.
up.
Okay.
Because there's all the wall over here too. I don't know if there's.
So the only issue is because of the failure last time,
Yep.
Ashes has gone from being like 15 to 20 feet down to like 30 to 40 feet down.
90
Right?
feet.
Huh? Yeah, well,
90
yeah.
feet.
So the distance for the Thunderstep isn't the problem.
Okay.
The distance to being able to see like the top of the crenellations or anything like that to get back up, that is a bit of a problem.
Choose a
What's
spot over the castle.
you could try to
Yeah.
choose a spot over the castle and then just try to fall down maybe, or another thing is from where you're at, there aren't any easily available, but there are arrow slits that you can see through nearby that you could just go into the castle if you
My
wanted to do that.
perception is really low, so I'm gonna go with a no on that.
Okay. So you're gonna just try to like angle yourself over the castle and fall down on top of the roof?
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna go with an arc because you get to you know, judge, you get to control how far you go. So we're gonna go with an Arcana check. DC is pretty okay. It's we'll say a 15. Yeah. You are able to angle it so that you can basically, there's this loud Ezra goes over the side. There's this huge bang, this boom, this detonation. And then there's this, does it do one in both spots?
No, just where you're leaving.
Just where you're leaving. So there's this huge boom, and then there's a thud just, back towards the courtyard slightly behind where you and behind where Bones and Matashtai are. And you're both able to look back and see as Ezra and Ashes are basically kind of like standing back up from having landed from like a 10-foot drop.
What happens to the rope when you? Does he just teleport out of it?
Yeah, he just teleport because he can't take it. The rope can't teleport with him, so he's just holding onto the rope, and then he's not holding onto the rope. So, Bones and Matashtai, you go from this great weight dragging against you, you can't keep it up, to nothing. You're just
They're
suddenly
dead.
full slack. They're dead. He's gone. They both died.
Oh, it's been a good adventure. Let's go find 2 more.
Oh goodness.
I got some goblins. Got some goblins that would love to go.
Oh.
Weren't there 2 adventurers that left not too long ago in some kind of like submersible?
Yeah, I've heard that, but unfortunately, one
Oh
of the
my
shared
God.
consciousnesses is still alive. So
The return of Aster and
shoot.
Tulip? Holy shit.
Mitch, you're gonna have to play 2 characters at the same time.
Poor thing. Ah, it's this one. Alright. That was exciting. And I
Yeah.
think as
Exciting.
Ashes and Ezra land back on the top of the miniature
God, I almost
castle,
died.
the party back together, the fairy dragon defeated. That's where we're going to go ahead and take our break. We'll be back in just a few minutes for more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.